Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from Group 6 in class KIM1105A. Our final project is called the Blossom Public Library, and this slide is prepared for Puan Anis Faradila binti Abdul Malik. These are the presenter. The first one is Nura Atirah binti Abdul Rahim. Second is Siti Aisyah binti Muhammad Adil Fitri. And the last one is Aina Atirah binti Muhammad Kamil. Blossom Public Library is a new era of library located in Penang, Malaysia. The name Blossom can be defined as attractive and successful. Plus, it represented three girls behind all these ideas. Most of designs for this library was inspired from one of popular library in Canada, which consists more woods element in decoration. Here we can see the official logo, which represent book and three flowers. The library theme are aesthetic and modern. The Blossom Public Library motto is Reading, Building National Civilization. The vision is to inspire lifelong learning, advance knowledge and strengthen the communities. For mission, first is to provide resources, services and great library spaces. Second is to connect with other organizations whose materials complement the library. Third is to offer unique and authoritative materials of historical importance. The objective is providing library and information services in conducive environment, expanding the range of library collection, and enhance heritage resources of Malaysia. The library will be located at Penang Science Park, Simpang 4, Penang. The Blossom Public Library have 5 departments. On top is the director and followed with reference department, circulation department, acquisition department, IT department and cataloging department. In management aspect, the library have reference librarian, circulation manager and clerk, acquisition librarian, librarian technician and cataloging librarian.
Perform appraiser. Objective of Perform appraiser. First, to provide adequate feedback to each person on his or her perform. Second, to serve as a basis for modify or changing behavior toward more effective working habit. Third, to provide data to manager with which they may judge future job assignment and compensation. Appraisal process. First, establish perform standard. Blossom Public Library Human Resource Department will follow standard that show adhere to the same rule used for goal setting, such as SMART, which are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Second, communicate perform standard. The Blossom Public Library Human Resource Department is responsible for communicate the standard to all employees of the organization. Measure perform. Blossom Public Library Human Resource Department will be fair in looking at employee perform in terms of communication, customer service, and leadership. 4 is compare actual perform to perform standard. The Blossom Public Library Human Resource Department will identify these characteristics in providing effective documentation such as accurate, specific, consistent, factual, balanced, including in positive or unsatisfactory performance, and also in the writing of an employee. 5 is discuss the appraisal with the employee to identify and be prepared to face difference of opinion. The Blossom Public Library Human Resource Department may ask employees to complete and submit a self-assessment before the evaluation meeting. Lastly is implement personal action. When identifying an employee perform gap, the Blossom Public Library Human Resource Manager will take the time to identify why perform is not meeting expectation and also determine whether the employee can meet expectation with additional training and guidance. If not, then the employee will be given termination. Financial management. Types of budgeting. The Blossom Public Library choose operating and revenue budget as budgeting technique for the library expenses. This is a very suitable as a budget technique for Blossom Public Library because it takes into account the budget year by year and is also usually provided annually for the library as a whole. This is because this budget is intended to focus on revenue and expenditure by the library. Source of funding. The Blossom Public Library source of funding is local support. This is because the source of funding is to the local level and the source of funding varies according to the local government unit that establish or maintain the library. Another source of funding obtained by the Blossom Public Library is state assistance to public library. This funding can be used to describe project, service, or systems that are funded by public funds. Furthermore, state assistance provide a way for public library to upgrade their collection and to provide service that will not be possible through local funding alone. It can help fund the cost and maintenance of the library.
Promotional planning. Online advertisement. Our library use social media platforms such as Instagram to promote the library and is supposed to inform users, particularly young teenagers who use social media on daily basis, about its availability. Next, we use physical advertising, a method of promoting the library through flyers that will be posted on bulletin board in shopping mall and on public transportation to encourage users to visit our library. Our library use convention. The objective of the convention in our library is to increase awareness about the value of using library items for research and study. Department and services. In our library, we have reference department. It also consists user services, reference management, and reference coordinator. Reference background. In this department, it provides information research and instructional service to all library users. Users can also ask our staff in our library for help if they need any problem. As we can see, the reference department is one of the core departments in the library. It is the place where the user comes and asks for help from our staff in obtain the information that they need, as well as gain skill in searching for accurate and reliable information. The activities of reference department. First, provide access on equal basis. Second, prepare adequate finding aids for holdings. Third, collect standard and reference material whenever possible. Next, refer researcher to other libraries or libraries. Other than that, keep account of telephone, mail references or other queries, and have all visitors to the library sign a register. Circulation department. In circulation department, we have user service, safety management, and circulation coordinator. Circulation background. This department is the process of lending books to borrowers and accurately reshuffling them after the user has returned the book so that they will be retrievable by the next user. But the objective of the circulation department in our library are to manage and control the circulation of library material to user, to provide an effective system for charging out and checking in the library materials, and to ensure the collection are well maintained through the following method: shelving, reshelving, shelving reading, shifting, inventory, and general. The activities of circulation department is registration of user, borrowing, charge, check out, renewing, recall and reservation, returning, discharging, check-in, and collection maintenance, stack maintenance. Next, acquisition department. Acquisition department have order management, accounting, acquisition coordinator. Acquisition department is to manage the purchase and processing of library resources. The duties are to select, evaluate, purchase, and process material. Material may be books, periodicals, pamphlets, reports, manuscript, microfilms, microform, motion picture, video and audio tapes, sound recording, relay, and others. The function of an acquisition department are to provide and maintaining up-to-date order tools appropriate to the needs of the library, performing pre-order bibliographic searching to prevent unwanted duplication, and selecting dealer or other sources of the purchase of the material. The activities of acquisition department is selecting of material, ordering, purchase of material, and receiving order. For the IT department, we have user service, financial management, and IT coordinator. The IT department in our library is responsible for providing the infrastructure for this automation. An IT organization, information technology organization, is in the department within our library that is charged with establishing, monitoring, and maintaining information technology system and services. The IT department in our library is responsible for planning, designing, implementing, and maintaining library computing system, including the database, network, library, instruction, classroom, media, computer rooms, as well as public and staff workstation and terminals throughout the library. The tools used in IT department are software and hardware. Now we will move on to cataloging department. Cataloging department have financial management, training officer administration, and cataloger coordinator. The cataloging department in our library is the process of creating and maintaining bibliographic and authority records in the library catalog. The database of book series, sounds, recordings, moving image, cartographic materials, computer files, e-resources, and etc. They are owned by a library. The catalog may be in tangible forms such as a card catalog or in electronic forms such as an online public access catalog or PAC. Relative to the movement of the material within technical services, cataloging usually follow the receipt of order books in acquisition. Tools used in cataloging department, which are OPAC, subject heading, EACR, and Mod 21. General policy. User general policy. Reading table and chair must not be moved from their original location. Second, library users should not reserve seat in the library. Third, smoking, eating, and drinking are prohibited in the library. Fourth, silence must be observed in and all the library at all time. And lastly, no briefcases or handbag are allowed in the library. Staff general policy. Staff must provide user with up-to-date information about our library. Staff should be able to maintain the best service for our library. Third, staff need to be responsible for their job based on their work. And lastly, provide reference material in the relevant subject areas covered by the library. Blossom Public Library will provide a digital library service which called as MyLib. MyLib is the official portal where all collection provided. It is also known as a symbol of reading culture in daily life. Every Malaysian can access this service by registering as an online member. The portal will provide link for e-resources for library collection, e-portal for library services, and My Portal for other services such as borrow books from the library. Moreover, the digitized collection are e-book, e-magazine, e-journal, rare book, Malay manuscript, and other electronic publication.
For conclusion, there are few ways to support e-learning. First is by launching a web-based catalog and giving access to library anytime, anywhere. Second is increasing investment in e-resources by shifting the focus to electronic databases. Third is giving access to thousands of full-text journals on-site and remotely. Next is preparing subject guides to web resources that cover almost all disciplines of the university and related areas of interest to community. After that, the digital library provides past exam papers for students' reference, acquisition of e-book in various subjects including digital textbook and reference material. And the last one is providing e-forms for recommending order, requesting interlibrary loan, document delivery service, and making suggestions. In conclusion, library has the vital role in promoting e-learning among community. So that is all from us. Thank you for watching.